Welcome back to Katie Brings a Book. It's almost June. It might be June when I post this. And it's time to do my June TBR. I'm excited because I get to read so many more books in June and I start my summer reading program. I have so many books. If you don't know about my summer reading plans, I go watch that video. I have all these reading plans and I read so many more books. I also am kind of thinking that I really would like to get to like some of my backlist books, not just from my shelves, but also on my electronic backlist on Goodreads and Storygraph. So we'll see what the cards bring. And I read like 18 to 20 books. My goal is 20 books in June because I read really fast. Like I typically read a book every 2 to 3 days over the summer. So I am starting summer school, but it's online, so it's not going to be too bad. My kids are going to camps, so I'm really excited. So the shirt for today is there is no such thing as too many books, and I feel like that's my theme for June. So come along with me, and let's actually see how many books I hit. First of all, let's talk about the books I'm definitely doing. I have one Goodreads challenge left in June, and I don't know what it is. It's going to be Pride Month. Let's all just be honest. And also, let's just say that I have been disappointed in the Heritage Month themes, but I will read something for Pride Month. I'll probably end up doing some of my own stuff for Pride Month as well. There will be a Goodreads challenge for Pride Month. That'll come up. Also, then I will have a couple books that I will be throwing in. I'm definitely doing this book for my nonfiction personal research, Devil in the Grove, by Gilbert King. I'm going to be reading this. I'm going to also be reading a book about the Dozier School for Boys. Whether I also read the Reformatory, I'm not sure yet. Going to see towards the end of the month if I want to, but I'm going to be definitely reading some nonfiction. I don't know if I'm going to add that into my count. So we'll see. That might be more research style. It might be reading it, but this is going to be when I read Devil in the Grove by Gilbert King. I've been waiting to read this for a while, and I'm really excited. I don't know if it's excited the word. I'm looking forward to learning, but it's a very deep book. It's about Thurgood Marshall and a rape case that he defended because there was a group of young men who were accused of raping a white girl, a group of black young men who were falsely accused of raping a 17-year-old white girl here in Florida. The Dozier School for Boys, which is what the Reformatory about, the Nickel Boys by Colson Whitehead is about. I will be reading a book about that as well. I'm going to pick that up today, doing some research myself. I talk about that in my summer plans, so that's all there. The other books I'm definitely reading for my summer plans are I'm definitely reading The Lost Story of Eva Fuentes for my summer plans for flowers, just because I've put it off for so long. Definitely doing this one. Definitely doing Skylark because, again, put it off for so long and talked about it so much. I'm not going to talk about it again. Both of these books are historical fiction. Love historical fiction. Really excited about these books. And so I will definitely be doing those. I have some good historical fiction in June, so I'm hoping for some thrillers. We'll be starting off my first book for June, which is The Mountains We Call Home, because this has to go back to the library. This is also for my summer plans. It's the third in the book Woman's Legacy. It just released. 3 great historical fiction, so I'm hoping I want some thrillers for my TBR cards. Let's just be honest. And I have some really good thrillers set up. So that's what. And then also my classic for June is going to be Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. And I always butcher this last name. Du Maurier? This is going to be my classic. So we've got at least one nonfiction, probably 2. That's 2, 3. So that's 5. 5 definites. Okay? Y'all, I want at least 10 more books. Now, I want at least 3 more to pick from my summer reading plan. And I have a couple more from the library. So, what does it mean it's time for? It's time for my TBR cards. I really need a jingle. I want a jingle. I've decided it. I'm not good at that. So if anybody wants to help me with a jingle, I would love it. Just as a review how I do my TBR cards, I make it complicated in my life because I like a little bit of spice, a little bit of fun spice. I use the purple ones to help me decide how to draw from them because I can't just draw normal. Can't just be boring. Can't just do that. I got to be a little extra. So I use these to decide how to pick the TBR cards. And then I use these for the prompt. If you hear yelling in the background or barking or cats, you know, there's a lot going on in my house currently. Just children. They're having fun though. Okay. So let's start with how are we drawing the first one? Is it going to be a summer reading book? Is it going to be a library book? Is it going to be a backstock book? Realized when I was counting, I forgot a book club book and a Goodreads book. So I'm at 7. So I'm going to pull 8 books. 8 books. Okay. So my first one is draw the third book or draw the third prompt. So I have 1, 2, 3, a green book. A green book. Okay. I feel like I'm going to read a lot of historical fiction if I keep this up. Let's see. Do I have a library book that would count? I'm going to do The Lost Carolina Girl. So it's got so much green on it. It's another historical fiction. And it goes for my reading counts book. It's for my reading. And it is about the eugenics program. So we've got a lot of historical fiction. I got to balance this out a little bit. I also forgot that this is my Read Your Bookshelf challenge, year challenge, Daughters of the Merciful Deep. And this is like horror, fantasy, also a little historical fiction. So I am stacked for historical fiction. I'm cutting myself off. No more historical fiction because this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 historical fictions plus a classic. No more. That's it. That's plenty for me. That's about all I really want in a month anyway, plus history. So that's going to be enough for me. That's more than enough. So, okay. So, and that's really, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I really only need one more for my summer challenge to hit it. Okay. So let's see what comes up next. We did draw a third book. Okay. Draw from the bottom. So I'm going to shuffle again. So I kind of like to shuffle just to kind of mix it up. Bottom says a book in a series. Book in a series. Do I have a book in a series that I really like wanting to do? It's like, oh, I know exactly what I want. Don't come for me, please. But I have a series that I've been doing, and I know this is a little controversial in the book world, a lot controversial in the book world, but I have been doing this series for like almost 20 years, and the latest one just came out, and so I'm going to do this one, 26 Beauties. It's the Women's Murder Club series. The only James Patterson I actually read is the Women's Murder Club series, and I've loved it since I think I started reading it when I graduated high school at 18. I'm not going to tell you how long ago that's been. Let's just say I'm closing in on 20 years. Not quite there yet. So 15 to 20 years ago, I started this series, I think is when it came out. It's been a long time. And the latest one came out in May, right? Yeah. And so I want to continue this series. So this is going to be, and it's a mystery. So that breaks my historical fiction. It's not in like my summer reading or library, but I haven't read it yet. And I got it for my birthday. So I'm going to put this in my stack. Okay. So that's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. 5 more books. 5 more books. Pick the 5th card. Shuffle again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It matches my nails. My nails are yellow. My nails are yellow. So let's see if we've got one with some yellow on it. You know, I think I know. I've got 2, but I think I know which one I'm going to do. I'm going to do this one. The Taking. Do we feel it? It's not exactly the same yellow, but we're going to count it. This is an indie author, and I'm doing it for country. An indie author set here in Florida, in kind of the swamps of Central Florida, which I'm very familiar with, very close to where I grew up. And it's a mystery thriller, a modern day Jekyll and Hyde psychological thriller that will have you pulling for the madmen. After I get my setup, I think I'm going to go through and describe some of these books and read the first titles, because this is going to be a very short video if I don't. So I'm going to describe some of them. I'm very excited about these. I did go through a lot of them in my summer reading plan. That's kind of feel like when I'm flying through them. I don't know why I'm just flying, because I just did my reading summer plan one. But I needed a thriller. I'm really excited about this book. If you haven't heard of her, Sandy Will. I met her at the Amelia Island Book Festival, and I've been wanting to read this book, and I think, which is why I put it on my summer reading plan, and I think this is going to be a really good book, and it matches the yellow of my nails. This is why I did this prompt, because I thought it was a really out of the box prompt, and I love having my nails done, and I think this is going to be really fun, and this is what I wanted to do for this summer. So it says a modern day Jekyll and Hyde psychological thriller. I'm really excited. I have some really good books. Okay. Next one. I'm really excited about this month. Draw from the top. I should probably go back through and tell you. I didn't show you Daughter of the Merciful Deep very well, but I'm really excited about this book. I've talked about it so many times. I feel like I haven't, everybody should know what it's about. But if you don't, it is basically from what I understand, this girl she lived in an all-black town, and it gets flooded. And then they move to another all-black town. She's at Awanasa. And it's threatening to be flooded again. And a man with uncanny abilities arrives in town asking strange questions. She wonders if he might be the key. But as the stranger hints at gods and ancestral magic, Jane realizes she knows this man. Only the last time she saw him, he was dead. Who is the stranger, and what is he really doing in Awanasa? So I'm really excited. It's supposed to have a lot to do with African myths, also with, I think, not Reconstruction, the kind of time period between Reconstruction and Civil Rights, which I find interesting, and it has to also do with this time period that I'm going to be learning about this summer. But I want to read the first sentence, because that's something I'm trying to do more. This wasn't the first time Daniel Braithwaite had found me going through someone's trash. Oh. Okay. Okay, slow down. Let's see, what's our next one going to be? So that's, I think I can do 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. 4 more books. I need 4 more books for June. And then the rest will be mood reading. I have some library books I'd really like. Fan 5 cards out and pick one at random. So let's count out 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Pick one at random. Published in 2023. Okay, I'm going to go check what are some 2023 books, and I will be back in just a minute. Finding a book published in 2023 took me a minute, and I had a few options. But I'm going to go with this one because it's completely different than anything else I have for June. And I think it's going to be a nice breakup of the historical fiction. Though I love historical fiction, don't get me wrong by complaining about the historical fiction. I'm actually really excited to have this much historical fiction. It's harder for me to read during the school year because I'm just steeped in teaching history. So I'm so excited to have this much historical fiction for June. But this thriller / horror is what I've kind of heard it described. I think it's going to be a kind of nice breakup when I need a break. And it's been one I've wanted to read for a little bit. It's a Delicate Condition. And from what I understand, it's supposed to be a feminist retelling of Rosemary's Baby, which I am so down for. And basically, she goes through IVF for a long time. And then she gets pregnant. And she kind of gets gaslit into her appointments get swapped. She gets these warnings about being pregnant, and then her doctor says she's not pregnant, but she thinks she's still pregnant. and she can feel the pregnancy, and all these people, including her husband, are telling her she's not pregnant, and now she's wondering what she's carrying inside her and why no one's listening to her. I'm very excited. Let's read the first line, because I really am enjoying reading the first line of these stories. And I'm going to skip to chapter 1 and not do the prologue. My husband never called me. Okay. I'm really excited about this. It's been a hot minute since I was pregnant. I'm really excited. Also, the cover of this, I think, is so different and so pretty. So I'm excited for this book. Okay, so that means we have 3 left. And I'm thankful that you're coming along with this really long TBR journey with me, because I love TBR cards. I love watching people do their TBR cards. I love doing my own TBR cards. So thanks for doing my TBR journey with me on this end of May, beginning of June time frame. Let's see what we get. I would love to do an electronic TBR or a library, I think. You know, I'm just kind of flexible, though. Like, it's summer. Whatever. This is my reading time. Okay. Let's see. Shuffle and pick second card. Okay. I'm going to shuffle. Again, these are really hard to shuffle. Normally, I would be a better shuffler. But these are very thick and, like, they're thicker than normal cards, the way they're made. And so I kind of have to just do my best. Okay. 1, 2. A red book. A red book. I have just the book. It's been so long on my shelf. And, like, I just looked at it. And it's just the book. Do I have a different line? No, I know exactly the book. And it's not electronic. But okay, has anyone read this? I know it was popular a few years ago. It's not, and I was thinking I could do an electronic one and get it from the library later, but it's the perfect red book. You just dropped off your child at the bus stop. A panicked stranger calls your phone. Your child has been kidnapped. The stranger then explains that their child has also been kidnapped by a completely different stranger. The only way to get your child back is to kidnap another child. You are now part of the chain. I've heard really good things about this book. I don't know how I'm going to handle it because it has to do with kidnapping children. And I have my own children. But I've heard really good things about it. So we're going to try it. The first line. She's sitting at the bus stop checking the likes on her Instagram feed and doesn't even notice the man with the gun until he's almost next to her. Okay, starting off strong. Okay, so we're going to try it. If I get uncomfortable, I'll DNF it, and it's okay. You know, I'm willing to try. But I've heard really, really great things about this book, and it's been sitting on my shelf probably over a year. Easily over a year. Okay, 2 more books. And then whatever I finish, I will mood read. Or keep going on my summer reading. Shuffle the deck and pick 2 from the middle and choose 1. Okay. I've got some very eclectic reading coming month, and I'm here for it. Plus, I've got library books. Okay, smack in the middle. 1, 2. Okay. Stars on the cover or published in 2021. Oh my goodness. I can't do another published in. I can't do it. Does this have stars on the cover? It does. The Charmed Library. It has stars on the cover. See all the stars? See? Somebody tells me that that's not stars, that's fire. I was really excited. I'm reading this as a mood read. I don't care what anybody says. I got the Charmed Library in from the library. And I'm so excited. I'm reading it because it's due back at the library. And it's going to be one of my mood reads. So that's happening in my life. There's no stars on this either. Okay, well, I got to find a book with stars on it. So I'll be back in a minute. That's happening. Okay, I'll see y'all in a minute. I'm not actually sighing this much. I actually really enjoy this part of it. I'm just being, I actually really enjoy this. I'm going to go look on my electronic TBR and see what I can get from my library and come right back. Okay, I found stars on the cover in a little bit of a different way. I found literally the word stars on the cover. When the Stars Go Dark is one that I've wanted to read for a long time, and I just got it from Book of the Month last month on my birthday. And so I'm excited to read it. My husband says I love a good missing persons thriller. I didn't realize I loved it until he pointed out that like half of the thrillers I read are missing person thrillers. I might have a problem, y'all. I didn't realize the certain thriller tropes that I lean towards until he was like, this is a missing thriller. Oh, look, another missing person thriller. Oh, look, it's this one's missing person too. I went, oh, maybe I like that a lot. He's like, yeah. Anyway, so this is a missing person thriller, in case you didn't guess that, from the author of The Paris Wife, which I find interesting that we switch. I love when an author switches genres, because I usually find that, especially when they switch genres into a genre I like, I think when an author shows that kind of change, it usually means that they're going to bring something new to the genre switch. And I've wanted to read this for a while. It has to do with one of my favorites, when someone comes back to find a missing girl from their childhood. And Anna Hart is a seasoned missing persons detective in San Francisco with too much knowledge of the darkest side of human nature. When tragedy strikes her personal life, Anna, desperate and numb, flees to the Northern California village of Mendocino to grieve. I'm sorry if that is where you live and I just butchered it. She lived there as a child with her beloved foster parents, and now she believes it might be the only place left for her. Yet the day she arrives, she learns that a local teenage girl has gone missing. The crime feels frighteningly reminiscent of the most crucial time in Anna's childhood, when the unsolved murder of a young girl touched Mendocino and changed the community forever. As the past and present collide, Anna realizes she has been led to this moment. Okay, so we have past trauma, we have childhood trauma going on. Oh, look, and there's stars too, more stars. We have missing persons, all the things I love. Let's find the first word. The mother who, oh wait, that's the prologue. Nope, we do the first chapter. The night feels shredded as I leave the city through perforated mist, a crumbling September sky. Okay, I like the descriptors. I think it's going to be beautiful. Let's do one more book. I don't want it to end. Maybe 2 more books. Have I lost you yet? Are you ready to be done hearing me do TBR cards, or can we last through 2 more? You know what? It's my video and I can do what I want. Okay. Where's my cards? If I don't get through all these books, oh well, it's my reading journey. That's where I take my life. How I feel. It's my reading journey. If I DNF, if I choose not to, I still got to read some pretty awesome books. Let's see what happens. I do usually end up DNFing at least one. Draw until you hit a prompt that works for a book from your shelf. You know what? I'm doing a lot of books from my shelf. I'm not doing a ton of library books this month, but I have a ton of library books, so that's going to be interesting in my life. Okay. Let's see what I get. Diverse author. I love diverse author, and I know I have some diverse authors on here, but a lot of them are historical fiction, and I was trying to break away from doing some historical fiction. So I think I'm going to do this one. I think I'm going to do Lone Women by Victor Laval. It's historical fiction. It's also supposedly horror and suspense. Adelaide Henry carries an enormous steamer trunk with her wherever she goes. It's locked at all times because when the trunk opens, people around Adelaide start to disappear. The year is 1915, and Adelaide is in trouble. Her secret sin killed her parents, forcing her to flee California in a hellfire rush and make her way to Montana as a homesteader. Dragging the trunk with her at every stop, she will become one of the lone women taking advantage of the government's offer of free land for those who can tame it. Except that Adelaide isn't alone, and the secret she's tried so desperately to lock away might be the only thing that will help her survive the harsh territory. I've been wanting to read Victor Laval for a while. Let's see what the first... there are 2 kinds of people in this world, those who live with shame and those who die from it. I love that. I like that. I've been wanting to read him for a while, so this is going to be my time. And it's really short, so I can do another one. That's what I'm telling myself. Also, I would love some diverse author thrillers. I have some. I have a lot in my TBR, but I'm always down for more diverse author suggestions. And I feel like diverse author thriller and mysteries is a big gap in my reading TBR. Huge gap. And so if you have suggestions, please send them my way. I'll take diverse author of any genre, fantasy, like historical fiction, but definitely thriller and mystery are definitely a big gap. Okay, last book. This is going to be it. It really is. Pick the 5th card. Okay. I'm going to do a little shuffly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A book of the month past book. I don't want to do that one. Do I? Do I want to do a book? It's not calling to me. It's not like vibing. It's not. It's just not. I'm going to do a different one because I can, because it's not mine. I'm going to do the next 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A woman on the cover. Okay. A woman on the cover. What do I want to do here? A woman on the cover. I feel like this could be fun. Woman on the cover. There's so many I could do here, right? Like, what could I do? Oh, I'm just like, I don't know. I'm like so startled. Okay, I'm going to either pick a book of the month or a woman on the cover. I think I know what I'm going to do. I think I want to do something totally different. I think I want to do Legendborn. I've been wanting to read this fantasy. I have a bunch of other stuff, but I want to do this. I've been wanting to do this fantasy for a while. And I think I'm going to do this one because I feel like this is just necessity. I just really want to do it. It's something totally different than what I have. And I think that this is going to max out with my books because, man, I've got a lot of books. Plus some library books will come in. And this is going to really stretch me along with all the research and summer school and all that. So I'm excited for my books. Tell me, have you read any of these? Do you love any of these? Have you DNF'd any of these? Not liked any of these? Also, love some diverse author suggestions of any genre. What do I need to read? Do you think I'm going to make it this month? Do you think I'm going to make my 20 book goal? Love to hear from you. Thanks. And remember, always bring a book. Like and comment down below. Please feel free to subscribe.